Hi, it's your instructor, Steve Nicholson, and I wanted to give you a video showing you how the course works. This is Math 263. So, as you do with all classes, you access it through My Dabney. You go to Canvas, and the class that you're signed up for is Math 263 Calculus 1 D1W. So we'll click on that. We'll switch to student view, so this will look like what you have. So there's a menu to the left-hand side, which is the home page, which it goes to automatically. Announcements, assignments, grades, files, syllabus modules, course evaluations, tutor.com. What I'm going to do is just work down through this list in the introduction, the home page. So there is a course introduction. You can read it. It talks about how homework assignments are handled, how attendance is handled. So, and there's a video. So this is something you're going to want to watch. And you're going to need to install the Canvas student mobile app on your phone. And if you watch this video, it'll explain how you upload pictures of your homework and pictures of your notes and pictures of the work we do in class. It's pretty straightforward. And if you have any questions, you can call me and we can go through a Zoom meeting to make sure you understand it. But that's going to be used significantly in this class. We'll talk more about the details as we go through that, but you can read that. There's going to be this introduction video again. Right now it's from last year, so I'm going to update that. There's a syllabus, which is a PDF file. So it'll download, and you can open it up in your browser. Again, I'll let you look at it. You're responsible for anything that's written on here. So the first semester goes through chapters 1 through 5. We're going to talk about limits, differentiation, application of differentiation, integration and differentiation of logarithmic, exponential, and trig functions, inverse trig functions. There's some objectives. Textbook that I asked you to buy is the 8th edition. It's an older edition, just to save you money. If you got a newer edition, that's fine. You'll see why in a second. Okay, office hours. We will have that posted, but I'll ask you that you send me an email and arrange for a particular time to meet with me, so I don't have to have Zoom running the entire time that office hours are running. You're going to turn in all your papers, but of course you're not going to do it in person. You're going to do it using Canvas. Now the homework requires you to show all the steps. I don't just want answers. It doesn't have to be neat. It just has to be complete. I'd rather be messy and complete than neat and incomplete. The grading, 5% will be attendance. That'll be done through you uploading your notes after you've watched the lecture videos for each section. The homework is 20%. The homework includes homework out of the book as well as in-class assignments. There'll be 4, maybe 5 tests, at least four tests, and there'll be the final exam. And it's a 10-point grading scale. And as I said, the attendance is based on your notes that you take for the class. That way I know that you have watched the video. And the testing, you can read all about that as well. So just open up the syllabus and you can look it over. Basically, you get to bring in a cheat sheet. You can use your calculator, but you cannot use the graphing capabilities of your calculator. That's one of the reasons I want to proctor the tests, so that I can make sure you're not using a calculator and you're not using the computer So you can use your cheat sheet and a calculator in your brain. You can also have some scratch paper. And you must show all steps as discussed in class. The discussed in class part is because I want you to do it the way I'm asking you to do it, not the way it was kind of relating to people who might have used an online app to do some of the problems, and it would do it differently than I would do it, and therefore I knew they were cheating. So I want you to do it like it's done in class. So I don't think you're cheating. The first test will probably be like about 3 weeks into the class, but I'll give you a week's notice so you can be ready for it. And we'll figure out when you're going to take the tests. We're only going to have a small number of online calculus students, so I should be able to work around your schedules. Okay, so that's your course of study. Now, the way the class is organized is like all Canvas classes. They're in modules. So each one of these modules is per different chapters. So we're going to start in chapter 1. And the way it works is some of the sections will have handouts, which we'll work on in class. So if you have a printer, you might go ahead and print those out. But you don't have to print them out as long as you do the assignments that are on the handouts. Here's the upload. So this is where you'll use your phone and your mobile app. It's listed in, the module section, but you'll access the modules through your phone when you hand in assignments. You'll take a picture, multiple pictures, you'll upload multiple JPEG files. Okay, so if there's any handouts that are needed for a particular section, they'll be here. This is where you submit the completed handout. There are videos. Now these are videos that I did 2 or 3 years ago, and I tell you how much of the video to watch because these are based on class periods and not on sections. So for example, you watch from the beginning until 45:35 on the counter, and then you'll watch the rest of the video for the next section. This is where you'll upload the notes for your attendance grade. Again, it doesn't have to be neat. I just want to see that you're watching the videos and paying attention. Now, this is a video that gives you the homework solutions to homework problems. So if you have questions about homework problems, we can talk about it, but you might want to watch the videos here, which go through the problems in pretty good detail. You want to try the homework problems without watching these videos, but if you get stuck, then you can do this. So there's no excuse for not turning in homework. You should get 20 points, 20%, even if you don't know anything, because you just copy the problems down. But of course, you don't want to do that. You want to understand what I'm talking about. So the other thing is, when you watch the homework solutions, don't turn the sound off. I'm providing a lot of insight into solving the problems. And if you only look at me writing them just so you can get it done, you're just not going to learn the material, and it's going to be obvious when you get to the tests. So listen to what I'm saying. Don't run them so fast you can't understand what I'm saying. And then you'll upload the homework assignments. So that's pretty much it. Might have some in-class handout. You watch the videos, you'll upload the notes, you'll do the homework solutions. Now, I'll talk about the homework. Where are the problems? They're in your book if you have the 8th edition. If you don't have the 8th edition, there's another way for you to get the problems. And then we continue to the next section. Section 2, Chapter 1. Section 3, Chapter 1, etc., etc., etc. So, if you get confused, let me know. Okay, back to the beginning. So that's how we go through the material. Where it says homework problems download, this is a single file which is fairly big, and it has all of the homework that we use in this class. If you don't have an 8th edition, then you can download this and you can get all of the problems in the assigned right. What they do with new editions, they just usually use the same problems. They just change the order a little bit just to make it so that you'll have to buy their new books. So these are from the 8th edition. So let me just do this. I'll show you how it works. So you click on that and it'll download it. So you can see it's being downloaded. And then once it's downloaded, it's you can open it up. And it's just a PDF file. Once you've downloaded it, you don't have to keep opening it this way. So you can see Chapter 1, Section 1 here. The two problems are 8 and 9. And you go to the next one, Chapter 1, Section 2, and you don't have to do all of the ones that are here, just the ones that are assigned. I just scanned in the text problems. Like I said, if you get the 8th edition, you don't have to do anything there. That's more for Governor's School students that have a newer edition. Now here's your homework assignment list, and again, you can download this thing, and it's an Excel file. So if you open it up, it'll give you a list of the assignments that are due for each section. And it's still thinking about it. Here it comes. Again, you could download this to your personal computer, and then you wouldn't have to download it every time. So it is saving it to your downloads directory. Okay, while that's thinking about it, let's go to the next. It'll pop up in here in a second. There's also a PDF file, of course. Didn't open up yet. Oh, I know why it doesn't work. It'll work on yours. This is an Excel spreadsheet. I'm using my home computer here for this recording, so don't worry, it won't do that when you use yours. And if it does, if you have problems opening it up directly from here, you can go to your downloads directory and then open it up through Excel. Let me know if you don't have Excel. I could make it into a PDF file. Here's the tentative schedule. It's a PDF file as well. So the only one that's in Excel is the homework listing. And so it gives you the different sections, 1, 1, 1, 2, etc. Most of the time it's one section per day. You can see the first test is after section 1.5, so it's 5 sections. These are every 2 days. This was like a Tuesday, Thursday. Well, we wouldn't have a Tuesday, Thursday class, but I didn't want to have to list out every day. So it's every 2 days. So, for example, after class 4, it should be 2 weeks. You should be done in the middle of the second week. You should, the middle of the third week, you should be done, and then you'll take the test the 4th week. So you can see all the tests and the times approximately when they're listed. So it keeps you on track. Now this is for the Zoom link. This is if you're taking it not online, but as a synchronous class. So this is mostly for Governor's School students. If you want to participate and come in and listen, you're welcome to. It's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 8 till 9. And here's a password for you to be able to get in. So you write that down, and then that way we know it's nobody's going to Zoom bomb me. And then the final Zoom link is for office hours and test proctoring. This is my personal Zoom room, and that doesn't have a password because I don't anticipate a lot of people being on there at one time. So that's how it goes. That's kind of the gist of the class. Now if you go to files, one place you might want to go here is to general, and the general here is you can get the tentative schedule here, and you can download. I think there's a place where if you click on it, you can download it somehow or another. Yeah, there you go. So you can click on those three little dots, and that allows you to download it. So that's another way to download files. So you've got your PDF file with the big PDF file with all the problems on there. You've got your Excel file. You've got an equation sheet which you can use later in the class when we've gotten far enough, and then you've got your courses study. So that's those. The other ones are the handouts that we have for the different sections, chapters. So for chapter 1, we've got these 7 handouts. Some of them are assignments, some of them are just these flow charts. But these will be available in the modules. So you don't really need to go in here. The only one you might need is the general one if you wanted to download it directly. I think that's pretty much it. Ultimately, you want to see what your grades are. You can click on the grades tab here. The assignments, again, you'll be able to access those through the modules. And oh yeah, there's that assignment. It's down at the bottom here somewhere, maybe at the top. I thought there was an assignment. It's in the modules section. If I go all the way to the bottom of the modules section, there's a COVID-19 module right here. So you're going to have to take this COVID-19 awareness training. I guess you can do that for every class. And there's a test here at the bottom. So make sure you do that. You really won't have to worry too much about that for this class because you're not going to come to campus at all. This is more for people who are taking labs and how to make sure we all stay safe. So if you have any questions, let me know.